people in this world, like, they get caught up in money. Okay, they get caught up in money. They're always talking about, oh, you should invest in passive income. I say, you know, have you ever tried passive blessings?
Assalamu alaikum.
Alaikum salam.
Good deeds, great rewards.
My kind of topic.
Yeah, with the one, the only Fadie Musallet. Blessed Ramadan, first of all.
Alhamdulillah, we get to see another Ramadan.
Alhamdulillah.
You know?
Speaking of Ramadan, there's this pillar of Islam called zakah. That is a very, very important pillar of Islam. How'd you get into this whole, giving kind of initiatives, and how'd you get into all that?
For me, this is why Ramadan is so special, because you check off two of the pillars on our checklist as a Muslim, you know? You have zakah, which is number 3 on the list of one of the 5 pillars. It's number 3.
Correct.
And number 4
fasting.
is fasting, which is Ramadan. And it goes back to my late grandfather, Allah yarhamah, Sidi Haj Hassan. He was known for giving zakah before he even fed his children. You know, so back in the day in Palestine, they would go like harvest the wheat, the zaytun, and all of this. And before he fed his kids, he made sure he gave zakah away. And you know, in Islam, you have to give back 2.5% of your wealth that year.
Correct.
To zakah. You know, so I truly believe that addictions are genetic, and I think that's the addiction I have.
That got me. What made you really so passionate about it? Because everyone that knows you knows that you're so passionate about this and you go out of your way to make it happen.
When I moved here almost 10 years ago, one of the things I kept seeing was these labor workers. You know, they're such nice people. Everyone's moving to this beautiful city because of these guys, you know? And there's got to be a way to make them happy, to give back to them. So I started 9 years ago. As soon as I moved here, man, I just, by myself, went to a labor camp in Al-Quds and started feeding like a handful of labor workers, you know? Whatever I had in my pocket, I bought a few meals and I would feed them. And I saw how happy they would get and how people kept coming, and I felt bad because like I was leaving some of them out. So I kept building up, started inviting some friends.
Yeah.
And the whole organization just kept getting bigger and bigger, you know? And the power of social media, man, it's just like, there's so many people that want to give back, they just don't know how to, you know? And after I did that interview, it just went viral. I had like 2,000 people show up to volunteer.
Beautiful. So the question here, that for me it's interesting because, so what's the emotion that you feel, would like to get inside your heart?
Giving back is it's special, man. Like for instance, every single time that delivery driver comes to my door, I never let him leave without a bottle of water and a fruit. It gets emotional because like you're really changing people's lives by the smallest thing.
How do you sustain this energy, right? And so many people start volunteering or start giving back in the month of Ramadan, which is amazing. But how do you continue? Like, is there a special trick that you can?
No, to be honest with you, there's always challenges. How am I going to do it again this year? How am I going to make it bigger than last year, you know? And I never have an answer to it, but subhanAllah, man.
It just works out.
It just works out. The good thing is that we're getting more and more volunteers at the Giving Family, and like we have over 5,000 volunteers that have been there at least once.
5,000?
Over 5,000. And during Ramadan, we feed about an average of 10,000 people a day.
Wait, the last Ramadan was?
Last Ramadan, we did almost 400,000 meals in 30 days.
Wow, mashallah. I'm interested to know, what are some of the challenges?
Raising money for these meals, okay? Making sure we have security on board, which we are with Dubai Police, you know? Making sure we can feed all the people. We don't leave anyone behind.
Take me through your heart when you're actually making somebody smile. By that, what's the reward?
So I always say, people in this world, like, they get caught up in money, okay? They get caught up in money, and they're always talking about, oh, you should invest in passive income. I say, have you ever tried passive blessings? Come feed these people. This is a blessing that you're gonna have for the rest of your life. This person's gonna remember you for the rest of your life. Even when you leave this earth, you're gonna get that blessing,
Love that. What does the word purpose mean to you?
Oh, that's a good one. every time we do a distribution, I literally do a speech before and after to all the volunteers, okay? And the first thing I say, know your purpose in life. I say that every single time. Never take life for granted. I said, these guys that we're feeding today, we owe it to them. They don't owe us anything. Your worst days are these people's best days. So never take it for granted. Know your purpose.
Was there a moment that you can share with us right now that really made you so emotional, like something that you saw in front of you, something that happened?
So we started this one initiative called Amra for labor workers. And what we do...
I see where this is going.
Yeah, so what we do is for all the labor workers that can't afford to go to Amra and never been to Amra, we ask them for their salary certificate. And if they make less than 2,500 dirhams a month, we send them off to Amra. The first bus that ever went, man, the first bus.
Bless you.
Excuse me.
It's good.
But the first bus, man, like that we sent off to Amra, just seeing like all the labor workers come that morning to say goodbye to the guys that went on the bus. You know, and then when they came back,
how they welcomed them.
Oh man, they came back full of motivation, full of energy, crying, thanking us, like it's a trip of a lifetime. This is an example of passive blessings.
Blessings. How do we make the art of giving back cool for young people to think this is cool to do? This is not something like a homework.
Come to the giving family. You'll see it firsthand.
Beautifully said. I would end with this, bro. There's an old Bedouin saying, I keep saying because it's really important. A human being with no impact has no life. And subhanAllah, look at what you were able to impact, and look at the amount of people you were able to impact in terms of laborers and also people who are giving. So, like I said, God bless you, my brother, and wishing you a blessed Ramadan to you and the family.
Thank you so much. Thank you guys for having me on this platform to be able to speak about what I do.
Definitely,
and spread the word, because it's all about spreading the word and spreading the energy.
It's an honor. It's a chilly vibe right here. We have a really cool team, cool vibe, cool energy, cool conversations.
Thank you.
Fadie, thank you so much.
Thank you, man.
I really appreciate you.
Thank you
Blessed
so much.
Ramadan, my
this
brother.
Is beautiful.
Volkswagen.